guys. Happy Thursday to everybody. Finalized our game plan, primarily worked red zone, and looking forward to getting on a plane and going competing for first place in the Pac-12 South. It's going to be a great challenge and a great atmosphere against a team that's playing really good football right now. Got some bad news on Christian Rector. Suffered a broken hand and will require surgery. From that point, he's probably weeks out. We'll see how that goes after the surgery once they get in there. With that, I'll answer any questions that you have.
Did Fatu play? Did practice today?
Fatu got a little bit of work, moved around, looked good. We'll see again tomorrow and then make a game time decision there, Zach.
Did Chuma, was he able to practice at all today?
Yeah, he went full. I expect him to play.
So we got Fallow and Carr.
I don't think Fallow's going to, Josh is going to be ready, and I do not think Steven's going to be ready either.
Who without Rector, who primarily plays that Predator spot now?
We're working Jordan Iosefa. Obviously, we have Connor Murphy and Wally Batiku, so we have bodies. Porter got some limited work today, too, which was good to see. Him move around. We'll see again tomorrow and see where we're at with him, too. Him and Josh Fatu are about in the same boat. Still 24 hours out. Both are looking good, so we'll see. Big game time.
What's realistic for Porter? Maybe next week?
There is a chance this week. There's
Okay.
a chance. Well, it's both him and Josh will be game time decisions.
Would he be able to play a large amount of the snaps coming right
I don't think that's realistic. If he's capable, then it'll be probably somewhere in the 15, 20 plays. If doctors are good, he's good. We'll see where it's at, but he's feeling really good right now and moved around well today.
Your philosophy after losses last year was kind of to be optimistic and kind of stay the course.
Yeah.
I know fans kind of tend to overreact in a lot of situations, but even some coaches after a loss kind of get on the team. Why do you feel that your approach is kind of the one that works?
I've always thought maybe it's the nature of playing the quarterback position. Maybe it's being a quarterback coach by trade. But I think they always look to you for leadership and how your body language is. And if they understand that I coach them hard, but I also love them and I believe in them, and I always will. I truly believe these kids, even with injuries, can be a great football team and win a Pac-12 championship. So I'm honest with them. But that doesn't mean I have to berate them. It doesn't mean that I have to yell all the time at them. I'd rather coach them and communicate with them and get them better. That's my job. And maybe that's just coming from being a quarterback by trade. But I believe in communication and education over yelling all the time.
You got a game, say a game where it's kind of a physical beatdown Saturday, and you come back this week, and you talked about the fine line between going physical and you're 14 weeks into the season. How do you make that decision as to, we'll make it no pads November already, or how do you decide that?
Especially with 12 weeks, I think, Dan, playing in a row and no bye week, We've had success with it the last 2 years. Of you get into 14 straight weeks of pads and hitting on each other. We're still going physical. We're still banging on each other. We're still going good on good. We've just taken the lower half of the pads off, and we were very successful last year with it, as well as winning the Pac-12 South the year before. But right now, with injuries and no bye week and the season being done on November 18th this year rather than November 27th like last year. It's time to protect bodies. We're 1 or 2 injuries away from being really limited. So that's a call that you have to make. I'm not right all the time, but I always try to do what's best for my football team in the moment, and this is what I feel is best in the moment.
What have you seen from Arizona State's defense that has allowed them to improve so rapidly over the last 2 games?
I think they're doing a tremendous job of playing within the system. They've usually provided a bunch of different looks over the past couple of years. Now they've simplified things a little bit for their kids, not making a ton of calls, and they've gotten better. They've gotten better each week. Plus, they got a lot of older kids. When you look at that defensive front, you're seeing a lot of juniors and seniors. The only 2 young kids on the defense are the 2 outside corners. corners. Everybody else has played a ton of ball. I mean, we've seen JoJo Wicker, we've seen Smallwood, we've seen DJ Calhoun, we've seen Sam. You know, they've got a lot of reps and a lot of experience, and they've been fortunate. They've been really healthy, and those kids have played good football from game one till now. They've improved.
With Sam last season, he took over as the quarterback for you guys, and you win 9 in a row, and things on the surface seem easier. This season, with the way the season's gone, lost 2 games, he's probably dealt with more criticism than last year. How do you think on a personal level he's handled all that?
Unbelievable. You know, one of the things I appreciate about him is he's so focused on the team and how the team does, and he understands the nature of the position, that everybody looks to you. Your body language is reflective of everybody else, and you really can't tell when he throws a touchdown pass or when he has a missed play. You know, he just moves on to the next play, in my opinion, and that's what he does game-wise too. He's always been a terrific leader for this team. He always comes out. There's no day that he doesn't work to try to improve, and I think that rubs off on the other kids. At quarterback, it's like being a head coach. There's no bad days, you know, and that's the nature of the position. It comes with the job.
One of the things that talked about again last week was loss of gap integrity, and some of that was physical beats and some more. And kind of what we heard this week was we took care of that Monday. We corrected all those mistakes. Is that, can you take care of, you know, loss of gap integrity with physical beats Monday watching the film? I mean, how?
I think twofold, Dan. I think one, you learn when you're talking about gap integrity, that's a mental process. That's something that you can watch film-wise. You can do the walkthrough like we did Monday and go out and get extra work. When you're talking about some of the physical beats, like I was talking about the other day, that's fundamentals and technique and pad leverage and hand placement. Those are the things that I think are improved on Tuesday and Wednesday when you're going good on good against each other, just in my experience of doing it for a long time. So when you're talking about assignments, that's a mental aspect of the game. When you're talking the physicality of the game, a lot of it comes from technique and fundamentals, and that's going against good on good.
Sometimes it seems like when you guys go quick tempo, like in 4-minute or 2-minute drills, the offense moves better than just normal. Why do you think that is?
I think the kids get in a flow. I think T gets in a good flow with things too, and the kids have obviously in the third quarter last week, I thought, did a nice change of pace there, especially in the first 2 drives of kind of just lining up and going, and our kids did a wonderful job with it. I think it's something that T can get to at any point in time. That's in the system. It's been in the system for the last 8 years, and it's just when you pull it out and use it. And I know T always has it as a tool in our toolbox.
Is that the kind of thing you can start the game with? You just come out and say, we'll start tempo?
All righty, guys. I'll see you all there.
Thanks.